Hey guys, I'm HEBA Ali from Evolve Nation, and I'm here with Tehran Beckham from aka FB Aftermath, and we're here at Coast Fitness in Hawthorne, California, giving you guys an insight on our training, his storyline, more about him, myself, and we're gonna run you through some speed and agility.
Well, speed, agility, and like some plyometric explosive work as well.
Okay.
That kind of goes along with it. I like to do that and then go into the agility or speed training right after.
I know he has a football background, so I don't know if you're gonna put me through that, but I'm interested to see because I do a lot of agility, but I know that they have a whole nother element to their training, so I'm excited to see that. Yeah, he's gonna teach him how to flip, but maybe in the next show, because I wanna make it through our weight training. Okay, today training. So let's get started with that. Pre-workout's kicking in.
It really is.
It really is.
It really is. I'm like, all right, shut up. Come on. There you go.
You always want to start up when you're doing anything speed, agility. You want to do movements that you're basically preparing your body's movements with dynamic exercises. I mean, this is like a workout, but we start with it because one, you're warming up all of your frontal, sagittal, all muscle groups. A lot of people train they do their fronts, but they never warm up their sides. But that's what I do it for.
Sides are a lot important.
Yeah.
What this is going to do is going to keep everything stable. A lot of people don't train their adductors enough, and like she said, there's everything to prepare you for any plane of movement, and it's very important, especially from tearing hamstring, hips, even glutes, quads. So
definitely injury prevention.
Your warm up should be a workout in itself.
Yeah.
You need to get tired, you need to get sweating, you need to get your body activated before getting it really activated.
Exactly.
All right.
Back to it. I really just want to start by knowing more about your background and what got you into fitness and your fitness training, because you're a very diverse athlete, so I see you do a lot of shit, but just give us a background on you.
Also in Dallas, Texas, born and raised. What got me into fitness was sports, of course, football, basketball, track, play a little bit of soccer.
Wait, I ran track too.
You ran track too?
What was your event? Probably sprinter.
A sprint and long jumper, sprint and jumper. Nice. The typical black people things. They tried to get me to run the 400, and I was good, and then I just said no.
Yeah, it's a long ass sprint.
I remember
But it's fun though.
It is fun, but I got embarrassed so bad because I sprinted 300 meters. I just booked it, and then once I hit 300, and I was past everybody, I just died.
I know.
And then everybody just
I know.
And I'm yo, this is so embarrassing.
That's the thing with the 800 meter too though. People don't realize that's a full sprint. At no point are you cruising in an 800 meter. At no point. Yeah.
But yeah, long jump, triple jump, 4x1, 4x2, 200, 100. That's what I did.
That's awesome.
And,
so football.
All right, football, basketball, track.
Okay.
And a little bit of medicinal swimming too, gymnastics.
So sports got you into fitness.
Sports got me into fitness.
So we're kind of the same. I got into fitness because of sports. But
yeah. So that I came to a point to where the older I got, the more I liked the workout and training more than the sport.
Yeah.
Pretty much. I like the sport. I like to play the games, but doing all the whole football, the learning and stuff. I just want to train and play. What further pushed my training was my love for superheroes and anime stuff.
I see that.
Looking at those guys,
it's
they're
cool.
buff and strong and fast. I'm I want to be like that. So that's been a motivation for me as well. That's always been my message. It's my passion started from the stuff that I love, which was the sports, the anime and cartoon stuff watching. So
that's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's what motivates you to keep going still?
Yeah, it's a part of me. It's what I love. So the more I watch it, the more I get motivated. And not to use the word motivated, it's more of a passion.
Yeah.
It builds my passion to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah, it doesn't die out. Alright, cool. So he's gonna put me through some of his regular speed and agility training. I'm gonna throw in some of my stuff. The good thing about meeting new athletes, like we get to feed off of each other's vibes, but also learn from one another. I'm sure I'm gonna learn a lot about him, and you guys will as well. You're gonna be watching. Obviously, you're along the road, and
You got some cleats?
no, I don't have cleats. These are close enough.
Switch. 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 Switch.
No, I'm just saying that's like totally a football warm up. Like you definitely got that from football. No?
Nah. Like when someone like black people are born, that's like the first thing they do to push out.
For a second, I believed him.
Yo, one. Go.
Not the right sneakers.
There you go.
I hate these sneakers.
So for this, it's all about that lateral movement, being explosive, learning how to change your energy, your direction. As you come across, you want to hit a second gear. So you come across this tire, by the time you get midpoint, you're almost in full front mode, and then you catch that second gear, and then you haul ass.
That was good. It's really important to wear the right sneakers for this. Alright, what's next? You want to do the ladder? So what are some of your goals in regards to personal and fitness?
Personal goals are, the reason why I moved out here from New York is to become an actor. So that's my main thing. That's what I really want to focus on. I focus on it myself at home, when nobody's listening to me.
That's dope. I actually didn't know that.
Yeah, that's one of my main things. I admire acting. I've always been told I should do it, from my parents and just growing up. So that's the ultimate goal. Is become like, that
One of
Terry
those
Crews,
badass
Will Smith,
characters.
badass, right.
Yeah. I can see that.
But aside from that, right now, it's just building a brand, inspiring people, inspiring my gaming and anime and my nerdy community to get off the couch, get in shape. You can make time, find time to do the things you love and some things that you don't love, but you still need it some type of way. But yeah, that's really it. I like to compete. I want to do a lot more like TV, like show stuff, like Beastmasters, Ninja Warrior, stuff like that.
You should go on Steve Austin's Broken Challenge.
Yeah, I want to do that too.
That.
Yeah, I was gonna call him out and just be like, "Yo, you ain't ready for this heat, Steve Austin. You're not ready. I win no matter what."
No, for real. You should do it.
Speaking of wrestling, I was about to go to WWE last year.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but it was just after you build a brand and stuff, and it's like you realize what you built and realize what you have to sacrifice for it. It just kind of wasn't worth it.
No, I know. They reached out too. They're based out of Florida.
Did you go to the training?
No. They asked for a lot.
The training was so fun.
Oh, you did it?
The training was fun. Like, it was tough, but it was fun. There was so much conditioning, but it was fun. I was like, dang, I can see myself doing this, but dang, I'm not trying to take this L like that.
Yeah. Not only are we working on conditioning, but the coordination, the thought process, all of that goes behind it. I feel like you're burning like 3 times the calories. So coming to the beginning of your fitness journey, where did you feel like you were most a beginner at? Because everyone's a beginner at some point in their life. I was a beginner. I was a shitty runner and like the best at what I do now, but I was a beginner and horrible at running. What was one of the things that was your biggest weakness in the beginning of your journey?
So I probably didn't know what my weakness was really until high school when I was told. I mean, it was a weakness that whole time, but I didn't know until high school. And that was turning my strength into like more explosiveness, power-based type stuff. Because I was strong, I've always been strong, but in my strength, for my strength at the time, I could have been a lot faster, a lot more explosive, jumped a lot higher. And when my coaches, told me that, and with sports and the sports training, weight training in Texas is starts like 6 o'clock in the morning, and I had all the strength in the world, but once again, I just needed to learn how to utilize what I've built already, my base from growing up, to the field and just like athletic movements, like agility stuff, and that was kind of my weakness. It was probably more back then it was more the agility stuff than anything.
Do you feel like when your coaches told you that was your weakness and hearing it, was that discouraging, or did that make you?
Oh no, it wasn't discouraging. It was exciting. It was like, oh, I got something to work on. I like knowing what I'm bad at, so I can work on it.
Yeah, I think that's one of the biggest things with people. It's that for elite athletes or people who are now elite athletes, I feel like that's one characteristic we all share. It's like learning a weakness or discovering it. It's not so much like I'm ashamed of it or I am discouraged and I'm now insecure. It's more of like, shit, I gotta work on this, and it drives us. So if that's something that people deal with, I would just say just switch your mindset and look at it in a sense to excite you, because that's the only way you're really gonna get better. You can't get embarrassed of things, your weaknesses. We all have them. He had it. Look at him now, doing flips, doing speed stuff, football, all this stuff. So I guess I just wanted to touch on that point, because I was a shitty runner. I was told I was, and that didn't stop me. In fact, that made me take it to the next level.
Yeah, she still sucks. I'm just joking. No,
compared to him, imagine us on a 100-meter sprint.
You definitely, I bet you, I guarantee your endurance is so much better than mine.
Guys, let's do a vote. Should we do an 800-meter sprint? I am so gonna do an 800-meter sprint.
400
with
meter?
Tehran.
400?
800.
400. I'll do 400.
It's up to the viewers. You guys can vote.
After 400,
what
I'm
we're
walk.
gonna do. You guys can vote either 400 or 800, and I promise you I'll do it.
400.
He's swallowing his words now.
No, 400. I'm telling you, if they say 800 and we do that joint, I'm gonna run as hard as I can for that 400 meters, and then I'm gonna walk the rest of the way. I promise you. 400 meters, people.
I'm crossing my fingers.
You're gonna get the best 400 meters out of me.
Do you know what my 800-meter time is? I'm not even gonna tell you. Okay, for real. Comment, please. This is happening.
It's not. Don't put the camera at me.
That's all I've been doing.
Trooper. Had a knee problem, taking care of, rehabbing, still putting that work in.
Rehab is the shit you never want to do and stay consistent with. I'd rather work out 10 times harder than do rehab. But in order to get there, I gotta do fucking rehab. It's always on your own leisure that some shit happens. Because I didn't hurt myself in a competition. I hurt myself just pushing myself at my own leisure. You know what I mean? And he tore his quad playing football.
Just fucking around, and I blame that for me not fully being into the NFL. Right, I ran a 4.38 in my JUCO college football team combine, and it was to get on the football team because I didn't have a scholarship or anything. And fucking the head coach didn't see it the first time, so after the guy saw my time, he was like, "Oh shit." He called the head coach over to watch me run the second time, and right in the middle of the 40, I was running. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to kill this shit, and then I fucking tore my quad, and head coach just walked away, and I cried like a little bitch back to my dorm room.
I would be so mad.
Yeah, I cried so hard.
I would be so mad if that happened.
If you guys don't know, on my YouTube channel, it's just fucking crazy as superset conditioning type shit, fucking strong, agile as you see, and just you do some dope ass work.
Oh, you talking about me?
Yeah, I'm talking
about you. I thought you were talking about yourself. I'm like, damn, that's what it's value yourself.
I was.
Okay, so my main page is Evolve Nation. That's where you'll see the style of my training, what I do, which is honestly, it's known as hybrid training, but it's a compilation of powerlifting, functional training, HIIT training, bodybuilding. So I just took all the training styles, pulled out what I liked of it, and just turned it into what an athlete should encompass in all aspects. So that's what you'll see on Evolve Nation. Hybrid HEBA is a personal page where I just built my own personal identity outside of fitness, because we all, just like he has his own passion with anime and superheroes and all this cool shit, I also do things outside of fitness. So that's what you'll see on Hybrid HEBA. But yeah, that's it.
She totally just explained our page together. Like, we take all these different types of training styles and make them as athletes should train. Because me growing up in sports, and you as yourself, we've always done, even though we're athletes, we still do bodybuilding style training, we still do powerlifting style training. We've done, CrossFit is nothing new. Thinking about it, like, CrossFit became a thing, but like in football training, we did shit like that all the time.
CrossFit's just conditioning.
It really is.
That's it.
Mixed with
like a bunch of like kipping and shit.
Yeah, but weightlifting and
I just can't do a backflip, but besides that, I'm pretty good.
Are you doing gymnastics?
Yeah.
Just some gymnastics. Be flipping everywhere.
We'll definitely film that, so you guys can see me like fall on my face, because that's definitely happening.
Well, no, because we'll do it in a ball pit.
Yeah, but I'll still fall on my face. It'll be funny.
I mean, you most likely fall on your backside from your face. That's
so scary. Do you know how many nerve endings you have in your spine?
But it's in a ball pit, so it's like, you're fine.
All right, fine.
So as you know from her, like, I just want everybody to understand the importance of this style of training, not only just looking good, but training the insides, because stuff like this, conditioning, you still need to take care of your internal, the things you can't see, while still being able to develop the things that you can see and become better. I always say this: be somebody that wants to be the main part of an apocalypse, zombie apocalypse. You want to be the big, meaty person that's gonna be the first one to be eaten that can't run? Exactly. Or do you want to be that person that's in shape, looks good, can still run fast, can jump, can be athletic, can be somebody to count on? I always think about training like I need to be like a team leader or somebody that, if they need like being saved or some shit like that, they can count on me. So
no, I love that. No, I really do love that, because I thought about that too. Like, I would always want to be prepared for any given situation. And if you can lift a whole lot of shit, but you can't move, I mean, you can maximize on that strength if you had speed. So stay functional is the whole point of the message. And don't get comfortable with your style of training. Get out of there. You can always evolve and get better in some way.
One thing I will say, it is good for somebody to have strength already rather than speed, because all you gotta do is just develop the speed. It's hard to get stronger, like crazy strong, but you can still develop speed, learn how to utilize the strength and power that you have, and still push that into running training. So keep that in mind.
Amen. All right, we'll catch you guys over some food.
We're going to eat right now. Kind of talk about food. I'm going to ask, am I saying it right? HEBA? I keep wanting to say HEBA Max bubblegum. We're going to a Mexican restaurant. Poco Mexican. She said she don't eat much, and I say I don't eat much too, but then again I do when you look at what I eat at the time, But I think I consume at least like 1,500 calories per meal. Maybe like 1,000. Maybe not that much. Maybe like 1,000. I feel like I only eat like 3,500 calories a day, something like that. I don't know. Either way, but like the stuff I eat is so calorie dense. So yeah, about to wrap. Yeah, hold up. Yeah. Wait, this ain't a dry place. I don't see no type tequila.
Right here is the number 26 a la carte, or you have a choice right here. You can make like combo plate with rice and beans.
So I want 3 enchiladas with rice and beans,
yes.
And y'all got salsa verde?
Yes.
The green sauce, right?
So what kind? Enchiladas. You want
beef?
Beef?
Yeah. Let's do steak.
Steak?
Yeah. Can I bring tequila in here? They got sweet tea?
Yes.
Sweet tea.
Raspberry?
Raspberry? That's fine.
I don't eat first thing in the morning, so I'll eat like 10, 11 a.m. and then I'll eat every 3 hours, and my food is really high in fat and protein. and you know, it's carb reserved. It's not like I'm depriving myself, but that's just what my taste buds have been into. So breakfast, an omelet with avocado. I have a lot of protein shakes. Lunch will be chicken, almonds, salad. Like I don't mind eating the same thing over and over. So the main bulk of my food is chicken, steak, seafood, shrimp, and salmon. But that's really it. And then I get a lot of my fats from avocado, almonds, coconut oil. You guys heard about that MCT? What is it called?
MCT oil.
Yeah, I put that in my coffee just to get my fats in. But that's really it for me. I don't change up my food. I eat the same shit every day. Let's hear about yours.
You guys know. So I try to do whatever I can. That's pretty much it.
A for effort.
A for effort. You know, like, so I'll have like weeks where sometimes I'll just have like a bad week where I'm just like, anything I can pretty much get my hands on or have time to eat, I'll go out and eat. There's been days where I just eat everything out. I'll order food all day long. I don't eat much. I have like 2 or 3 meals a day, and those meals are like 4 or 5 hours apart. So like my first meal will be like probably like 12 o'clock. Second meal will be 5, and then I'll have another meal at night at like 11 o'clock. And it's just so spaced out. I don't think about eating much because I'm always kind of full off the one meal I do have. It's back and forth from healthy to semi-healthy to not healthy at all.
So I watched one of his stories the other day. Well, I think this was just yesterday, where he was like, oh, I ate a whole lot of shit yesterday, so I'm going to do like a juicing day. So from that, I kind of sensed that he was an intuitive eater, and I feel like we all are. Like 80% we're good, and then 20% we're not. So we're very intuitive. If we eat really well and fall off, we're pretty good at getting back on track. So it is that balance. But yeah, so seafood and avocado it is for me.
Seafood and avocado. That right there, you would never catch me eating something like that.
What? I've literally, since I came back from Egypt, I've been having 2 avocados a day. One goes into my shake, and then the other one's distributed.
Into your shake?
Yeah. No, Egypt was doing that, and I never knew. And then I started tasting it. I'm like, wow.
In a shake, really?
Yeah, I never would have.
I like it from Chipotle. Well, some guac at least. I like some avocado on my burgers, but it has to be like a tasty avocado. It can't just be like a normal, like messed with, non-seasoned type stuff.
What's your daily caloric intake?
I was saying like my daily calories. I'm just gonna throw this out there. Probably like maybe like 3,500 calories a day.
Damn.
I think maybe if even. That's probably like the max. I feel like, but there'll be some days where I just like splurge, just like eat, and I can get like 5,000+ calories in,
Yeah.
But on the average, I say like 3,000, 3,500 calories.
You've never like done a specific
macros type stuff?
Yeah, me neither.
I tried, but it was just like, man, I ain't got time for this. I just want to eat. Like,
do you think people who are trying to learn how to eat healthier have to do macro tracking?
No. I think to me, I think it's honestly, I think it's like more of a negative than a positive, because it's like when you start doing all that stuff and you think about all the extra work you have to do just to eat, it's like you start to get demotivated. That was the thing with me. I tried to do the macro stuff, and I'm like I do it for a day or two, and it's just like, yo, I got to do all this before I go eat. Like, I don't want to do this shit.
Yeah.
I just want to look at healthy food, and I've gotten better at realizing when enough is like enough. And I've kept eating the same stuff. And then when I felt like I was satisfied, I would just stop. I wouldn't eat the full thing. Even though there was food left over, I wouldn't eat the full thing. I would just eat, stop when I'm satisfied, instead of being like, I used to think I had to be full.
Yeah.
Like, just
no, I definitely got
eating,
better with portion control too. The advice I give people when they're trying to eat healthier is to just eliminate one bad thing. Like if you can get rid of one bad thing and then move on to another bad thing, it's like all those little small accumulations of changes that's going to change your entire preference with eating. And that's how I feel like we've become intuitive eaters, because if it was me, like if I have a plate of food that tastes good, I'm going to eat the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
But now like I've learned little things like conversating with my friend or something to distract me from like eating so fast, because you can down 1,000 calories in 2 minutes. I've done that at Chipotle when I was hungry. And then the second tip is to never wait till you're starving, because if you're starving, you will eat anything. And I know that because I'm pretty disciplined, and when I'm starving, I'll eat anything.
I'm the opposite. When I'm starving, I'm not hungry anymore.
Really?
After I'm starving, and then when food gets to me, I'm not hungry anymore.
Well, yeah, so like you go through starvation and then an hour after that, then I can go. Do you know what I mean? Like when you get really hungry, you don't get that? Like you get really hungry and you see pizza, you're like, I want that pizza right now.
Yeah, and then by the time you get it, well, what do you mean?
No, by the time I get it, I'm housing it down.
You're housing it down? Nah. but when I feel that, like my stomach's growling, I'm hungry, and I finally get food, either I don't eat enough, I don't eat much of it, or I probably won't at all.
Yeah.
I'm not even hungry anymore. It's like it's not even appetizing to me anymore.
Well, I wish I was like that.
Cutting out sugars for sure. Definitely helps. I know. I grew up eating like just candy, just like Reese's, Snickers, all that. Everybody in my family had their own 2-liter bottle of soda. We didn't even have cups. We would just like grab our 2 liters, open, and we would just drink out of our 2 liters. And like grew up with like Kool-Aid with like this much sugar in it. You know what I'm saying? So I grew up like super unhealthy, and I started realizing, like I was getting tired a lot throughout the day easily, and it was because of sugars and stuff I was consuming. So once I cut that out and just, only the sugars came from pretty much bread, then it really changed a lot for me, mentally, physically as well, and how my body structures. So there's a note.
And going back to macros, if you're worried about how many calories you should be consuming a day, I think that your focus should be more on the quality of calories rather than the quantity. So like if you're putting yourself up to 2,000 calories, but you don't know how to eat healthy, then you're probably gonna fill 2,000 calories of shit quality macros. So first, understand where to get quality protein, carbs, and fats from, and then you can go by how much calories you should be eating a day. I don't even do that. If there's days where I'm not hungry, I don't force feed myself. And I feel like that's what the average person should do, and go from there, because that's how you're gonna learn what works for your body. Okay, I'm gonna eat my appetizer.
All right, so when I come to Mexican restaurants, I always get enchiladas with salsa verde. These guys are lame. They got burritos. You got some? You just got steak?
We got carne asada.
Carne asada.
Carne asada.
It was like it was grilled nicely. And then what is that right there?
This is ceviche, fish with avocado, and then that. Oh my God! Look.
There's my food right there. But forget this. Look at what she had. Oh my God.
Thank you. Yep. Yes.
Do you like spicy salsa? Hot
Thank you.
Oh yeah. When I was a little boy, I wanted to be a hero.
Truth is, when you get older, sometimes things don't always turn out the way you hope they would. So you gotta do what you gotta do. Handle that business. Believe in yourself. Create your own destiny.
This is me trying to be like you.
All right, there. Look, that's hookah right there. The power of hookah. Deadlift. I gotta do something else.
I know you love me, but whose calves look better?
Like,
Damn, boy.
you want me to like be 100% or Mexican honest?
All right, ready? 3, 2, go.
I fucked up too.
Fuck that, y'all say 8, I quit YouTube. I quit.
My name is Jeff.